Hello everybody. In this video, we will be covering decimal place and value. On the screen, I have written down a number, 24 and 789,256,132 billionths. So essentially, I wrote down the digits 24, decimal point, 789,256,132. Now let's go over the place and value of each of these digits. In a previous video, I already covered that 4 in 24 is in the ones place and it has a value of 4. And I went over that the 2 here in 24 is in the tens place and it has a value of 20. Now, let's look at the digits after the decimal point, starting with 7. So 7 is in the tenths place, and it has a value of 0.7. Notice, it's tenths, THS. Before the decimal point, we just use one S, and then for digits after the decimal point, we use THS. We also skip 1. We go straight to 10. So we go tenths, and then for 8, for the digit 8, this would be in the hundredths place. And this has a value of 0.08. Notice the 7 became a 0. So all the digits between the decimal point and the 8, which is just 7, became 0. Now let's go to the next digit, 9. This is in the thousandths place. And it has a value of 0.009. Again, notice the digits 7 and 8 became zeros, right? So any digit between the decimal point and 9 will become zeros. Now let's look at 2. 2 is in the 10,000ths place. And this has a value of 0.0002. So all the digits between the decimal point and 2 became zeros. Now let's take a look at the 5. So the digit 5, this is in the 100,000ths place. And this has a value of 0.00005, or 500 thousandths. Now the 6, this digit 6 is in the millionths place. And it has a value of 0.000006, or 6 millionths. Once again, the 7, 8, 9, 2, and 5, which are in between the decimal point and 6, these all became zeros. Now let's look at digit 1. So 1 is in the 10 millionths place. And it has a value of 0.00000001. All right, now let's take a look at 3. This is in the 100 millionths place. And this has a value of 0.00000003. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros before the 3. And lastly, we have 2. This is in the billionths place. And this has a value of 0.00000002. So you should have 8 zeros. between the decimal point and the 2. Or you could read this as 2 billionths. All right, so now let's do some practice problems. Let's say I write down the number 2.14 or 2 and 14 hundredths, and I underline the 1. And I ask you, what is the value of the underlined digit? And what is the place of the underlined digit? So our digit here is 1. The value is just 0.1, and the place is tenths place. All right, so remember, the first number after the decimal point is tenths, and then the second number after the decimal point is hundredths. So the 1 is underlined, so the place would be tenths, and the value is 0.1. Let's look at another number. Right, so we have 4 and 246 thousandths. And let's say I underline the 6. And I ask you, what is the place and value of the underlined digit? So the digit here is 6. The value is 0.006, right? So the digits 2 and 4 become zeros. And the place is going to be the thousandths place. Right? So remember, the first digit after the decimal point is tenths. Then the next digit is hundredths. And then the third digit is thousandths. Okay, let's do one more example. So now I have 26 and 1,279 ten thousandths. And I ask you, what is the place and value of the underlined digit? So in this case, I underlined 9. So our digit is 9. The value is 0.0009. So once again, all the numbers between the decimal point and the 9, so these 3, become zeros. And the place is the ten thousandths place. So once again, the first digit after the decimal point is the tenths, then the 2 is the hundredths, the 7 is the thousandths, and the 9 is the ten thousandths. And we are finished.